Welcome to Real Estate IQ Wisdom for Smart Moves. Featuring Gagan Sandhu, the co-founder and CEO of Xillion.
And what specific challenges do Xillion resolves for clients in real estate? I would say two types of challenges. One is finance is very overwhelming because finance is not one thing. And buying a house or buying a rental property can also be quite overwhelming because there are so many aspects to look at, right? I mean, as I said, that's the reason I started my spreadsheet was, is this better or this better? Is this bank giving a better deal or this bank? Is this closing cost better than this interest rate cost, right? So there are so many variables. So the first thing is we reduce the anxiety by providing tools to our customers so that they can actually input the numbers and the math becomes crystal clear. So our take at Xillion is buying something should be an emotional decision, especially when it's buying a home where you want to live in. It shouldn't be a mathematically daunting decision. The math, we make it super duper easy. You just punch in the numbers, and if you are looking at 5 homes, punch in all the numbers for all 5 homes, and we'll tell you, hey, these 2 homes do not make sense. These 3 homes, they make sense. The monthly cost is going to be this much for each of these homes. And let's say you are getting FHA loan thinking of FHA on one, but 20% down on the other. We'll show you pros and cons of each. So the idea is, the thought behind is make it less overwhelming, make it a manageable process where, an average customer should be wrap their hands around all this and say, okay, this seems like a decent decision. And not just that, a lot of times I don't know if you know, Ramit Sethi is a famous finance wizard. He published a book and all. He's like, never buy a house. And because he's like, it doesn't make financial sense. And my take is that we will tell you if it makes financial sense or not. However, buying a home sometimes is not about finances. It's about your emotional needs. It's about your family's needs, making beautiful memories. You can't put a price on that. For me, like for instance, I wanted a house with my own driveway, not an association, not like a shared parking spot. I wanted my own driveway so that if my kids want to leave their scooter in the driveway, nobody should come and tell me, pick up that scooter, right? So for me, we paid a higher price for that kind of property, but it was not a financial decision. I knew the finances. So our goal is we resolve number one problem by eliminating the financial overwhelming thing that happens with people. Like, oh my God, what if are the finances going to work or not? We will tell you they're going to work or not. The second thing is we help people explore things that they otherwise wouldn't. So some people would say, oh, it's a bad investment, or it's, have you thought about that? We actually take care of all of that because, buying a house, and what I mean is the financial side of it, right? For instance, Ramit Sethi will say, or some people will say, you should take, that money that you're going to put towards down payment and put it in S&P 500, and it will grow much faster than all that. We actually do all that. We are like, listen, what if you invest this money instead of buying a house, you invest this money in S&P 500, and would that make it a better deal or not? So that people don't have to think and go somewhere else to figure out. We do it all for you. And our goal is to make it the whole thing less anxious, less anxiety-inducing for you. And lastly, if you are not the person who is good at it, we put you in touch with mentors so that even, you shouldn't be overwhelmed by, oh my God, one thing I realized is people also get overwhelmed, one, by finances, two, by the effort it requires. It requires so much effort to find the right neighborhood, to find the right town, the right schools, and so much, right, the right direction. Some people like Feng Shui, some people like Vastu, and there are so many things that go into the decision. Our goal is to help them. Our goal is to pair them with the right mentor who has seen it all, done it all, who can listen to all the needs and say, I got you. I have 3 properties that you might be interested in, or I'll keep an eye on everything. Within the next 2 or 3 months, something should work out. So that's like, those are kind of, I would say I started with 2, but those are the 3 things we help customers.
Check the full episode on our YouTube channel and on Apple Podcast.